It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's now talk Riverland Football, Independent, and of course RFL. A man who is probably a bit nervous, I reckon, at the moment. Flow man, gearing up for another grand final. The Big Beaver. How are you, Ben Venning? You ready to go for the weekend, mate?
Yeah, boys, just keeping a lid on it for now, but tomorrow, when the time comes, we'll be ready to go.
Well, okay, but Beaver, at the selection table must have been a tough call last night. The twos and the ones are in, but where did the Beaver get selected? Did you end up in the ones, mate?
Yeah, just snuck in, mate. Yeah, the A grade, so got
never in doubt, Flow man. That's blasphemy.
Stuck up the clones a little bit, but no, we got a game. So
good stuff. Keep sponsoring the footy club. Hey, look, keep on to other things. Sedan Cambrai. What about this result? The Ramco Roosters, who around your Waikerie area, a lot of them live in town, and you have a bit of byplay going with them. They've got up and won the premiership in Independent 6-7-43 to an inaccurate and pretty slow starting at Sedan Cambrai 4-10-34.
Yeah, no, the boys were very happy. I drove past on Sunday, on their silly Sunday, and all you can see with all these Ramco Rooster jumpers, and they're on top of the Ramco Roosters clubhouse building on the roof, and they celebrated pretty hard right into Monday as well. But no, a great win by Ramco, and probably a little bit lucky that Sedan Cambrai didn't kick too straight in that first half. 2-3 to 2 points at quarter time, so a good start to Ramco. They held on well in that second quarter, adding another goal when Sedan also kicked a goal. 3-quarter time, that's when they really pushed away, 6-7 to 1-7. And, anyone would have thought they would have, went on from there, won easy. But Sedan came back in that last quarter. Ramco didn't score in the last quarter, and Sedan were able to put on 3-3. So just inaccurate kicking cost him at the end of the day. And, if they just snuck a few more goals in that first half, Sedan Cambrai instead of points, they might have won. But Ramco too good on the day and kicked straight and are the winners. And they're better players. Elliott was fantastic for them. Dan Connolly to come back. He's the next Waikerie boy. He's had a good year and got a lot of second and third best all year. Oldcroft, Andrew Arthur, Carter and Sumner, the other better players. Whitbourne, Muir with 2 goals and Burkett and Persia with 1. For Sedan Cambrai, Falkenborg tried his best. Gates, Schutz, 2 Schutzes actually, and Joe Schultz. Jay Voigt and B. Walkley, 2 to Hutchins, Kane and Schutz singles. So big win to the Ramco Roosters, and they're up and about.
They most certainly are, and that leads us now into RFL. That's the end of Riverland Independent season, but we've got, of course, Grand Final Day coming up this weekend, as we touched on earlier. The Beaver will be in action, but who will Waikerie be playing? Well, they'll be playing Renmark, who absolutely destroyed Loxton in the preliminary final at Berry last week, 15-17-107. The Tigers, 4-4-28. What a disappointing way for Loxton to finish their season, Beaver.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good game. Went up there and watched it. Renmark just blew away in that first quarter, 5 to 1 goal. And just their ability to spread and to run and carry. And, they just made Loxton look real second rate. And, they went in at half-time, 7-5 to 1-3, and pretty well the game was over. A bit of rain in the second half as well. 11 goal, 12 to 2-3 at 3-quarter time. And Loxton finished off with a couple of goals at the end, but 15-17, 32 scoring shots to 8 scoring shots, 4-4. It's a huge win in the prelim final. It just really shows, or I guess the 2 standout teams this year have been Renmark and Waikerie, and that's who's going to play off in the grand final this weekend. But for Renmark, Zunic with 4, has had a great year. Charlton 3, Agostino, Howard and Vader 2, Lelman and Gartree 1. Better players for Renmark. Vader's fantastic on the day. Zunic, Sampson, Agostino, Garrett and Thorpe. Loxton, they're better players. Drew Kasolki tried his best. Will Gutschke in the middle did well. Ponce across centre half forward gave him something to kick to. Eagle, Evans and Bradley, they're other better players. And single goal scorers to Raph Little, Luke Pont, Jesse Will and Hill. So big win by Renmark, and they'll go into this weekend no doubt up and about with a lot of confidence. They'll possibly get a few players back, which will help them as well. So it should be a crack of the game this weekend coming up.
Oh, it should be, Jay. So I tell you what, the Willis Medal was just a very, very good win by Renmark's Tim Wolford. And Big Beaver, did you get yourself onto the score sheet in the big night?
Well, you know what umpires are like. They don't get it right very often. Unfortunately, I only got one best on ground. 3 votes for the year, mate.
Oh, well, you got one.
That's disappointing. They pay no attention to what these backmen are up to, and it's not right, Beaver.
No, I'm over it personally.
Tim Wolford won't be over it because he scored it for Renmark. A great effort from Gutschke in second place, and your own Waikerie Grieger getting into third. But how did you see the count and the winners and the better pollers?
Yeah, look, I mean, I always thought it might have been someone from Renmark and Loxton, 2 standout teams during the year who polled a lot of votes. And I guess for Waikerie, we had a lot of blokes taking votes away from each other. So, Tim Wolford was definitely a standout during the year. And although he didn't quite finish off the year with a hamstring injury, and he hasn't played the last 4 or 5 weeks, and he is named this weekend, so we'll see if he runs out on the weekend. But, deserving winner and a good guy too. He's a good bloke. And Will Gutschke was one of the other guys, come second, who was a fantastic footballer, can play in the midfield, can go up forward and kick goals, and he played really well. And Jack Grieger for us, that's probably his best result ever for us in the last 4 years he's been playing for us. Jack, so well done to him, and getting third in the Willis medal is a great result for him. And I will just quickly mention the leading goal kicker for the year ended up being Tom Charlton from Renmark with 29 goals. So well done to Tom.
There we go. Excellent. So that leads us to a grand final day in Riverland, RFL football. Now, we know that your boys are going to take on Renmark in the A-grade grand final, and we'll get to that. But throughout the grades, who's playing who, Beaver?
Yep, so in the under-13s, we've got Renmark playing Barmera. So I'm probably going to tip Renmark in that one. In the under-15s, we've got Barmera versus Berry. So I'm going to stay with Barmera to win the under-15s. In the under-18s, it's Renmark versus Berry. Now, if Berry get a few of their college boys back, that will strengthen them up, and they'll probably go in as favourites. But if they don't get those college boys back, I'd say Renmark will win that one. In the B grade, it's also Renmark versus Waikerie. Renmark in the B grade have been very strong all year and undefeated. So Waikerie, I think, will turn up and give a better show this weekend. A few more players back in. However, Renmark have got that much depth this year, and that's showing in their A and B grade, and their B grade's been unbeatable. So it would take a miracle for Waikerie to win, I believe. I think they'll get closer than what they have during the year, but I still think Renmark will win the B grade. And obviously that leaves the big one in the A grade, boys.
Indeed. And Flowman, when it comes to the A grade, you've got the numbers 1 and 2 ranked in offence and defence, or forward line and defenders, if you will. So you've got Renmark ranked number 1 in terms of points scored for the year, with Waikerie in the number 2 spot. And then Waikerie have the best defence, of course. It was never in doubt with Beaver back there. And number 2 ranked defence is Renmark. So all in all, I know Loxton finished second on the ladder, but we've probably got the right matchup grand final day when you look at it like that. And probably won't be much in it, Beaver. No,
look, it'll be a ripper of a game, guys. Look, people are, saying we should do it, and other people are saying Renmark should do it. It can go either way. It's a really even balance. 2 sides. It starts on the ruck, Haynes and Taylor. That'll be a good duel. Guthrie coming off the bench to help Haynes out. Miller for us is actually out this weekend. He got suspended from the second semi, so he's a huge out for us. He's been out back at Ruckman, so that brings in Jack Colbert, an 18-year-old under 18 who's going to get a crack at winning the A-grade premiership. So good luck to Jack on the weekend for Waikerie. The midfield are very even. For us, Smith, Spenceley, Moon up against guys like Vater, Howard, Sampson. So, up forward for Renmark, you got Blight, who's kicked some goals, Charlton, the leading goal kicker of the league. Zernick's kicked a fair few, Lelman on his day. So, we've got a big job to do and keep them down. And, for us, we get Gordon back this week. So I see Trevor Forks named on him. Jack Grieger, obviously in good form up forward for us. Jake Spenceley's back in for us. So, yeah, look, there's good matchups all over the ground. And, I really think it could go either way. It'll just come down to who handles the conditions better. It's going to be warm. I believe it's going to be high 20s, pushing 30, windy. So it's at Loxton, so neutral ground. So it should be a ripper of a game. And hopefully we get a good crowd there, and just hope for the boys, can play the footy we have during the year. And we have beaten Renmark both times, but it means nothing on this weekend. And, hopefully we can get out there and have a win. And, it's our 7th straight grand final in a row for the Waikerie Footy Club. I think we've won 4 out of those, so we're looking to make it 5 out of 7 this weekend, and hopefully we can do it.
Oh, gee whiz, what a game it's going to be. Jace, your tip?
I'm going to go with the Maggies, not just because Beaver's on the line. They've been the best team all year for a reason. So they've got to start favourites, and you've got to tip them, I think, Flowman. But I don't think there'll be a heck of a lot in it, to be honest. I think it might be 3 or 4 goals at full time.
Oh, no, I'm not heading your way at all. We got Miller out. He's a huge out for Waikerie. Oh, this is going to be very close. I might just go the other way, Beaver. Sorry to say it. I just got a feeling that Renmark are going to come in here and might just take it. It's going to be a fantastic game of football, Beaver Venning.
No, it will be, Wayne, and I hope this time next week if we get to chat, I'll be having a crack at you.
Yeah, I think you would. Just got to pick out how you feel it sometimes. And Jace, you've called it how you've seen it too.
Nah, good on you, Wayne.
Yep, good luck, Beaver. All the best to you, mate.
Good on you guys. Talk next week.